Yep. Let's get it, y'all. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show.
And or the Wasted and Graphk Show, whichever way you like to slice it.
Yes, brother. Salute to my brother here in the building, man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. You already know what it is, man. Pay them bar tabs and hit that subscribe button. We got a lot to talk about today. Big dub this past Sunday. Got a big game coming up this Sunday, which Shieldmore, we will be together. We're going to plug that here in a second as well. But real quick, got to pay some bills, man. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. For those who have no idea, this show is powered by BetUS. Head over there, man, and get your first deposit 150%. The next two, 125%.
I heard a rumor, bro, that if you put in YouTube 150, man, it's gonna happen for you.
It ain't a rumor anymore, brother. You put that YouTube 150 in, you get 150% on your first deposit, and then 125% bonus on your next two deposits for up to 2K, man. The fastest payouts in the industry. Once again, you guys, YouTube 150. Use that code. Tell them that Graphk Raider Man and Wasted Talent sent you. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Once again, this show is powered by BetUS. How we feeling, bro?
Zoom. You know, I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm also feeling pretty. I feel uneasy, man. I feel really uneasy because, you know, over the last few years, we've had a lot of games where it looked like we had a big win. Everything was turning around for the organization. Mm-hmm. We headed in the right direction. Finally, you know, going to be a coherent organization. Then the Tyler Badgett thing happens.
Yeah.
You know, then the 3-0 game happens.
Yeah, Minnesota.
You know,
yeah. Let me say this. I was a little hard on our team, you know, after week one. And rightfully so. I think that was a very winnable game. I'm going to be real, man. The Chargers are looking like a very serviceable team right now, Wasted. Look. I
told y'all.
Salute to you because you did give J.K. Dobbins. I didn't say that J.K. Dobbins wasn't a great running back. I was more concerned about the injuries, right? We know what he can do when he's healthy. Didn't know how healthy he was. Now he's leading the league in rushing after 2 weeks. I mean, the dude went out there and absolutely gashed the Carolina Panthers. You know what I mean? So, but I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit here, man. That team is a well-coached team. They're a ground and pound run the football team. Justin Herbert hasn't really had to do anything in the first 2 weeks. He's had like 140 yards passing, and then like he's probably somewhere around 300 yards passing right now going into week 3, which that is ideal when your quarterback is dealing with the foot injury, right? Or let's just say if it's lingering right now, because we all know about the offseason, Herbert in the boot for 2 weeks, trying to get him right. They're running the football. The defense looks good. I mean, look, man, we went into Baltimore and did the unthinkable to a lot of people, especially the national media. We looked really good out there defensively. And that second half, that offense woke up Wasted. If we can continue that momentum from that second half going into this Sunday, I don't want to use this trap game shit. Okay, I don't, because we are the better team. I'm looking at this roster, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This may be one of the nastiest rosters I've seen in the NFL in a long time. And don't get me wrong. I know what Andy Dalton has done to us in the past. 4-0. He's never lost. One of those games, though, he did only throw the football once, and then he got injured. took out the game. I know you remember that game.
Yeah,
he was took out. So he technically didn't win that game. But as a starter, 4-0, right? I mean, he's thrown for 210 yards on us in 2012, 269 yards in 2015. He only had 8 yards in that one game in 2021 that he ended up getting, I believe, injured. And then the New Orleans game where he put up 229 yards and he had 2 touchdowns. He's had 7 touchdowns against us, in his career. I'm not really too much worried about Andy Dalton. I said this yesterday on the show that this is one of the least talented teams that he's ever had. You know what I mean? Marvin Lewis is a guy that's coached him, knows what this guy does, the good, the bad, the ugly. He is there. You already know. I don't see this as a trap game situation. And I know that the narrative, right? The trap game is you lose a game you're supposed to win, right? I mean, technically that is the definition, right? So if we lose, it could be a trap game. But I just don't see Carolina. They're a poorly ran franchise waste. We've talked about this season after season.
I told you, David Tepper's the worst owner
in the NFL.
Worst owner of professional sports. They were better off with Jerry Richardson. They should just kept his weird ass up there. But
they're 0-2. And mind you, they've in recent memory had one of the worst offensive lines historically in the NFL. Statistically, and this is PFF and all that. We don't go by these numbers, you guys. I'm being real. They haven't been that bad. I think they're like the second statistically best offensive line in the league. So if they can hold up for Andy Dalton, which I don't think they can.
Listen, Andre James is the 7th best center in the league according to PFF. So I don't want to hear that shit, right?
There you go.
And as I jump in here, right, and start sprinkling some PFF numbers on you. So I'm gonna discredit them and then use them. This is what wasted does. That's what I do. I'll discredit it and then I'll validate it right over one. But no, Grab. I hear everything you're saying, right? But hear me out. It's not about the offense. It's about the defense. It's about the fact that we've made a lot of mistakes on our offense. So from that prism, it is a trap game because we don't know who we are offensively. The defense definitely has his identity already. It's the identity of the whole organization. And I expect for them to come out there and do their job, right? The problem is when you're in behind the sticks, you have bad down and distance situations where, the defense is coming on the field and you're on the other side of the 40 because, Minshew turned the ball over or Zamir White, and you get a lot of 3 and outs, so you don't get a flow to your offense. It is hard for your defense to be as good as it needs to be. Now, the reason why we were able to close that game out and win it is because we got a rhythm on offense. The defense got a chance to rest. Antonio Pierce was smart with his timeouts. He used them at the right time when it was time to close the game out. He like, oh, wait a minute. We're not going to get no mental lapses because y'all tired. I'm going to call this timeout here. Give y'all that blow so you can go out there and do what you got to do, right? The thing that worries me is that Carolina does not have a shitload of talent on their defense, but they do have some talent. J.C. Horn is a serviceable kid. We think, like, to be honest with you, I hope J.C. Horn one day is a Raider. I really like J.C. Horn.
We've talked about that before, but we picked apart Marlon Humphrey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we got to really too much worry about a J.C. Horn when you look at the other guys that they have out there wasted, the Mike Jacksons of the world. Then they have Nick Scott, the Smith Wade, the Troy Hills, back at the backups. And then you look at the safety group, the Jordan Fuller,
Xavier Woods.
No.
Davion Clowney. They're not terrible.
When your defensive line looks like Jaden Peavy, Shy Tuttle, Ashawn Robinson, and Jadeveon Clowney, I'm sorry, man. And I love Shaq Thompson. I'm a Sacramento guy. Big salute to Shaq. I always wanted him to be a Raider because of the Sacramento connection and just the game in general. But, bro, I'm not afraid of this defense, dog. Like, if we could pick apart that Baltimore defense with the likes of Gardner Mitchell, who has, I believe, the first – I think he's number 1 in the league right now in completion rate, and then I think he's number 2 in passing yards, I believe, somewhere along those lines. So there should be no problem with Gardner Mitchell with all the excitement. This is going to be a home game, wasted. This team is 0-2, right? They do not have a big fan base outside of Carolina. This is going to be a home game.
They don't have a big fan base inside of Carolina.
But you know what I mean, right?
Most people in the North Carolina area actually historically have rooted for the Dallas Cowboys. Because that was the only team in the south of the Mason-Dixon line for the longest until the Saints got down there. So,
Let's get to it real quick. Hold on, real quick. Salute to Jason Hunter, my guy, man, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to my dog, one of the mod fathers over here. Always good to see our brother Jason in the building. Salute to all the new members in here. Green Dot Gang is growing. If you guys want to become a member, we both have memberships. They're both linked up top. Make sure you hit it. It definitely helps us keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. Let me get these supers in real fast before we get the show rolling. Max finna have 5 sacks. Book it. I like that. I like that, Wade. And look, man, the way he was going, the way he was going last Sunday, Wade said, I can definitely see this happening.
I could see it all happening, bro. But at the end of the day, that's an error trap right there, being overconfident. That is a main error trap. Now, I remember certain games where, we were supposed to win. We supposed to steamroll these guys, and it doesn't happen. The last year, the Bear game, the Tyler Badgett game, we were supposed to go and dog walk them.
Tyson Badgett.
Tyson, whatever the F is.
UDFA. I mean, his daddy got more awards than him arm wrestling.
Yeah, bro. Listen, man. I forget the guy's name because I kept calling him Vagnet. I was making fun of the guy's name the whole time, right? But Graph, I'm telling you right now, I am not being negative. What I'm saying is that all of the confidence and bravado, this false bravado, I don't like it. Like from our fan base, because this is the same fan base who sat up here and told me that it was impossible that we can beat the Baltimore Ravens. Now all of a sudden we're going to flip that thing on his ear, and we got to be objective about this. We got to be objective. Those guys get paid too. The Raiders have to keep their nose to the grindstone. Every win, every weekend is important. You got to treat it that way.
I agree. I'm just saying that Carolina has looked historically bad these first 2 weeks. Offensively, not being able to get anything rolling. The defense has given up an astronomical amount of points week 1 and week 2 against the Saints and the Chargers. All I'm saying is this. Yes, I mean, you can, by definition, call this a trap game. This is a game where the Raiders need to go out there. We already beat Baltimore. The hype is there. We're going back home. The energy is going to be there. The thing is this. We have to put the NFL on notice this week. We need to go in there and blow these dudes out. I don't want to have a close game against the Carolina Panthers. I don't. All that trap game shit, I don't want to hear it. Go out there. You have a better roster offensively. You have a better roster defensively. You have a better offensive coaching staff. You have a better defensive coaching staff. There's no reason. If you go along the line of each position, I mean, we could go by each position. We probably have a better player at each spot and depth-wise wasted. There's no reason why you shouldn't go out there and absolutely destroy these guys.
Still don't care. I don't care. I look, bro, we're not at
negativity.
It's not negativity, bro. I'm being for real. Yo, we're not at that level yet where we should be blowing anybody out. This offensive line has not gelled. Our running game has not got together. I worry about the offense. I don't worry about the defense. And good defense is predicated by good, like coherent and solid offense, mistake-free offense. Even if you don't score, right? Knowing when to punt the football, knowing when not to throw a bad football. And you know what I'm saying? Like Will Levis did, right? You can like I'm gonna give an example. The Titans defense has been playing great.
Yeah.
But Will Levis has been at every turn, he's been short-circuiting that team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Gardner Minshew does that, but Gardner Minshew definitely has the ability to short circuit a team because he's a turnover machine a lot of the times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He fumbles and he hasn't gone a game yet where he hasn't turned the ball over. You have the wrong kind of turnover. You have an offense that's not clicking and not scoring points when they need to, and you lose games that way. What I want to see from the Raiders is consistent play on the offensive side of the ball. I want to see them being able to consistently move the football. I want to see them consistently complete passes. And I want to see them be in situations that are more advantageous to the guy's skill set. I don't like a lot of the stuff they're doing with Zamir White. I don't. So I don't know if it's Zamir White or if it's the guys that are blocking up front from him. I need to see that. Put him in the power set.
AP has put a lot of pressure on the O-line because of it. And to be real, I just don't think that Zamir really fits this scheme in terms of, the blocking scheme. Like, I think that we should have Alexander Madison out there. We should have a guy that's more shiftier. We should have a Dylan Lau being an Amir Abdullah getting more reps if Zamir can't get it done in this particular scheme. But real quick, salute to Hub D's. Gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network membership. Salute to my dog, the GOAT over here, the Mod Father himself. Appreciate you, my brother. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang people in the building. Salute to Ange on the $1 donation. We appreciate you so much. Salute to everybody here. Salute to Chef, $5 special. As always, we appreciate you, King, so much. Also, True Raider Podcast in the building. If Zeus can't get his run game going in week 3 against the Panthers defense, then what? Hey man, then
then you change. Listen, you paradigm shift. I said this in the offseason, right? We have a lot of faith in Zamir White. When you look at Zamir White on paper, Zamir White should be a star in the National Football League. Let's be for real. He has the size, he has the speed, he's got it all, right? The thing is, does he have the vision?
The vision.
Does he have it in between these two
awareness? There's so much
awareness.
Yeah.
The thing we need to see is it a fact that they're not putting him in the right situation to be successful? Now, Antonio Pierce says it all is predicated on the guys up front. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to be honest with you. I look at it in another prism. Because how come Alexander Mattison is able to go out there and get it done? Now, I'm going to be real. That run on the 1 yard line when Mattison just ran it right on in, right? If that would have been Zamir White, do we know he might have got the way from what I've been seeing him? He probably got stuffed, right? So we have to see whether it's the sets or whether it's Zamir White. I think this is the week where the rubber meets the road, and you get to see what kind of guy you have. Now, this is the thing that bothers me about Coupon Tom. I don't know if you've seen it come across the wire. The Chiefs are down a running back. They made a reunion with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. Makes all the sense in the world.
It makes a hell of a lot of sense. But you know what it would have made sense for? It made sense for the Raiders. Because he could have came here on the cheap. And this is a guy who has consistently gotten well over 1,000 yards, even being a backup to a superstar.
Great in the passing game.
He's great in the passing game. So it's like at that point, what are we doing here, man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. That's why this game is more about getting the Raiders going in a way where they can be on consistent. They can get an offensive identity. Yeah. I'm not saying we're going to lose. I think we can win this game, but I'm not worried about us blowing them out. I'm worried about us playing a complete game because we haven't done that yet this season.
And not allowing yourself to get behind, like especially late in games. You know what I mean? Like, what was the stat yesterday? Did you see it? It was something along the lines of, like, we lost like the last 49 games.
It was 49 games.
Yeah, like
we were down by 10 in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy. That's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're right. I mean, and look, as Raider fans, we've seen it all. Like, there's sometimes you guys, why are you guys, so upset after football starts? Right? We're always the most optimistic in the offseason. Then we see it, and then we like, oh, we've been here before, so we know what we're looking at, right? Like, we're not trying to be negative here. We've just been here for many years, and we've seen this before where you go out there. We watched a few years ago. We start off 3-0. DC looks like the MVP candidate. And then we lose, to the Bears, and Gruden's gone, Ruggs. Mind you, we took a nice little run at the end of the season to sneak into the playoffs, and we made some noise there with all the moving parts. But we've been here, so we understand. I understand my brother's frustrations in terms of this can be a trap game because
and it's not a trap game. It's a real situation because I believe that roster, especially up front, I bet you that team blocks better for Andy Dalton than they do Bryce Young. Ooh. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of Bryce Young's style of play. Bryce Young, and this is why I wasn't high on Bryce Young. I remember guys telling me, oh, he's the number one. You got to move up to get Bryce Young. I said, listen, I wouldn't draft Bryce Young if he was available in the third round. You know why? Because he cannot see over the offensive line. Watch how Andy Dalton has time this week. We should get to Andy Dalton, but I don't think we're going to go out there and wreck him and have 8-9 sacks and all that stuff because that offensive line is a lot better. IK Kwanu and all them guys can play.
Robert Hunt.
Them guys can play, bro. I think when you see what's happening, that's the reason why he's on the bench. He's rolling out so he can see downfield and
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if you didn't see the footage, the kid is jumping to throw the football. He's 5'10". He looks like a child out there, dog. Like he's literally jumping when he's throwing the football. I've never seen shit like that before.
And this is the reason why when CJ Stroud was out, it goes to show you how stupid Josh McDaniels is. Because I said the whole time, I said, yo, CJ Stroud is miles better than this guy. I said, I would draft Will Levis before I take Bryce Young. Yeah. And everybody like, oh, you wild and you dragging and wasted. No, because I went through this on my show yesterday. There have not been a lot of quarterbacks under 6'2" that have been successful in the NFL. Yeah. And when I had to go back to like Sonny Jurgensen. Yeah. I had to go back to Fran Tarkington, bro.
Fred,
like in this era, Russell Wilson, Michael Vick, Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I can't even say Tua because Tua's just been getting wrecked since he's been in NFL.
Yeah. And he hasn't won a real meaningful game yet.
That is a real phenomenon.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why people were saying, why won't Coupon Tom go and get Spencer Rattler? Because he don't believe in drafting quarterbacks under 6'2". And most GMs don't. Oh, and I got to give Kyler Murray his snaps too. Kyler Murray's a good player too.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had any real success either.
No.
Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and definitely Michael Vick.
You're forgetting the GOAT, man. Doug, high stakes, Flutie, baby.
Flutie Flakes, baby. but even Doug Flutie, bro. Doug Flutie's a guy.
No, it was minimal success. It wasn't anything.
But I think with Doug Flutie, though, I think people just gave up on him because of the optics. I believe if he would have stayed in the National Football League, he would have had success wherever he went. Had they let him not go up to Canada and be the greatest player ever in Canada, you know what I mean? But
salute to Pearson. I'm gonna hand this over to Waster right here, man. Canadian Raider fan here, new to the community. Salute to you, brother, and welcome to the channels. Question: do you believe the 12? I'm assuming he means 12 personnel, and a game manager plus a stout defense is the answer. Cheers.
I just want to say to you, Canadian Raider fan, that question after that plus is a humongous pause. Pause.
Game man, stout D.
Yeah, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. I mean, bro, listen. Of course, bro. That's winning football.
Yeah.
Is that Super Bowl winning football? Probably not.
Yeah.
But the formula that you laid out, you can win in the National Football League and be consistent, right? But sometimes, man, you got to fly a little bit above the sun to win a Super Bowl. You got to have guys that play exceptional to get there.
And also, not even just that, Pearson, you got to find a way to run the football. If you're going to put the ball in the hands of Gardner Minshew and say, go out there and win us a championship, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, we'll be looking at a real 7 and 10-ish.
Yeah,
8 and 9.
Yeah, very
8 and 9-ish.
Salute to John Forte, my dog, man. Yo, my brothers, can you explain to me why Pierce is talking about power game and running the ball down your throat, but we get Getsy? How does that not play power run style? He is zone blocking. Salute.
You can run the football in the power style. Zone blocking is a blocking scheme. It instead of when you block power, your offensive linemen have an assigned guy that they take and they kind of going like, you know what I mean? You block that guy. With the zone blocking scheme, they get together and they'll double team guys. They run stunts and stuff. It doesn't mean that you can't impose your will on the other team in the zone scheme.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is back in the day with Terrell Davis and the Mile High Salute, that they were running the ball on everybody's throat. Yeah. Whether it was Terrell Davis, whether it was Alandis Gary, whether it was Mike Anderson, whether it was Clinton Portis, they were running the ball down your throat, right? Mm-hmm. Then you look at the 49ers, even pre-Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. They were running the ball down your throat. That's the zone blocking scheme right there.
Yeah.
I think that when you hear zone, you think finesse football.
Yeah.
Because
more athletic offensive linemen, not resting their laurels on being just overly strong and
but you still have big, strong linemen in the zone scheme. It's just the scheme and the way that they attack the defense.
Agreed, but he got paid to be a zone guy though. He wasn't brought into on this new contract to be in a different scheme. This was supposed to be tailored for Andre.
James Craig is coming from the 49er tree. He's coming. This is the Shanahan tree. Yeah. Now, they used a lot of zone concepts with the Indianapolis Colts back in the day. Edgerrin James. Mm-hmm. Tweaking. Yeah. Yo, Edgerrin James ran the ball down your throat.
Yeah.
Joseph Adai ran the ball down your throat. So you can run the ball. The thing about it is you have to have the proper running back with the proper vision.
Yeah.
To you know what I mean? Because some of these guys, man, and I see it a lot with Zamir White, where he'll have the ball and Josh Jacobs will probably cut it back and it'd be 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
Zamir White is like a horse.
He chooses his option and he goes with it.
Look, you know how they put them blinders on horses so they don't run out of lane? He has them blinders on, and that is to me that is a recipe of the fact that he has not had a lot of time in the NFL with touches because Josh Jacobs loomed so large in his first few years. Yeah. We got to get a kid some time. But if there was ever a time where he was going to run crazy, it's against this team right here.
Yeah.
And this will show us everything we need to know. If Zamir White doesn't have at least 80 to 90 yards in this damn game,
yeah, there's a problem.
It's time to move on from Zamir White and sit his ass down.
Do you think this will be the week that we see another one of our running backs active? Whether it is, I mean, Lauby's next up, right? But the Sinceres of the world on the practice squad. Is this the week that we see another one of our guys active, including Amir Abdullah, Zeus, or we just run with these three guys and see?
Nah, man,
this is it.
The week.
Okay.
This is the week. This is the week. If you drafted Dylan Labe, you want to see what he had. This is the week. Last week wasn't the week to try anything out new with a team and a defense like that.
Yeah,
this is the week. If you want to try something different, dress the kid. If we get out to a nice little lead, have him cap the game off. This would be a perfect time if we can get a lead 14 points, something like that, where you can let the kid run loose in the fourth quarter.
I think this is going to be an Alexander Madison game.
Alexander Madison special.
Yeah, I think this is going to be him just running the football a ton on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he's the only guy that's had any type of real production. And to be honest, he hasn't had a ton of production in the run game. He had a touchdown, 1 yard goal line situation that Brock Bowers put us in.
Really important call. I take it.
No, you're good. You're good. Salute to Dave Lee, man. If Panthers cut Bryce Young, what do you think about the Raiders picking him up? They're not going to cut him. Dave Lee, that would be organizational malpractice to just let go of a guy that you traded a ton of, draft picks and some moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts in that Bryce Young situation. Their plan is to sit him, allow him to, potentially try and grow some confidence while Andy Dalton is in. I don't think that this makes any sense, but they're not going to move him. They won't cut him. If anything, there's going to be some teams sniffing around, Dave Lee. I mean, I could see the Miami Dolphins. I know that you just went and picked up Huntley off the practice squad in Baltimore, but I could see them potentially picking up, seeing if they can get Bryce Young for a mid-round pick, by the Carolina Panthers to take to a spot. They just put him on an IR. He's going to miss at least 4 weeks, but they're not going to cut him. If they do decide to move on from him, which I don't think they will, they're going to try and get some draft capital for him. Somebody will take a chance on a former first-round pick. I mean, first, the number one guy. You know what I mean? So they're not going to cut him. They're not going to come. Salute to Dave Lee. Salute to John Forte, my guy. It's all good, brother. It's all good. I appreciate you as always. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to Ben. Injury report on Powers. OG, he's needed. Yeah, man. I mean, look, he's still been on this undisclosed illness. I don't know if you guys seen. There was a play. Where was it? Was it the Devontae play? I think he caught the football on the boundary. The best catch of the year thus far. Toe tapping. Jackson Powers Johnson was out there on the sideline screaming, running up and down. He was hyped. I don't know what this illness is, and I'm still not going to – I'm trying to fish around and find out what it is. I think that they're just being patient with him. I think that they're really behind the scenes concerned about that concussion that was sustained, and I think this is them saying an illness because they don't want to freak out, the fan base and everybody else. I think that this is them being patient with a young rookie second-round guy that is coming off of a concussion. So I don't think it's technically an illness, because if there was an illness, Ben, he wouldn't have been at practice. He wouldn't have been on the sideline with his guys, potentially getting them sick and so on and so forth. So, but no, I agree with you, man. I think that if Jackson Powers Johnson is good to go, we need some new life on that O-line. I would love to see him out there at guard. I would love to see, Glaze get out there, whether it's at guard or right tackle. You can move Mumford over to right guard. It's time to kind of mess with that O-line and bring some of the young blood in. I would love to see DJ Glaze and Jackson Powers Johnson out there this upcoming week. Salute to Ben. Salute to Gio. Diablo looks bad on an otherwise great defense. Yeah, improved a little bit this past Sunday, but still, doesn't look like, the starting linebacker that you would see on a stout defense, right? He has to get better. He has to get better. Tackling, I mean, everything, in cover, just all across he has to get better. Divine Diablo has been pretty, I'm going to say ass week 1 and very, very mid in week 2. He has to get better, especially in a contract year, Gio. If he wants to earn any type of money out there, whether it's with us or in free agency, he has to find a way to string together some games. And it's difficult when you got Spill out there, one of the better linebackers in the league. You got Tommy Eichenberg, who's now out there getting some reps at special teams, who's going to be breathing down this guy's neck here in a second for starting to be a starter and get some starting reps. And then you got Luke Masterson out there, another guy who was a converted safety linebacker, played safety at Wake Forest. He did the same thing as Divine Diablo, and he's looked pretty good in a short time. I've seen him go out there and create some fumbles. Diablo needs to be careful. He needs to go out there and get his shit together. Definitely, man. Salute to Gio. J-Ro, Rams with Baker, Colts with Jeff Saturday. We've seen this before. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you, bro. And this is facts. You know what's so crazy, you guys? You look at this Carolina team, right, bro, The thing that's insane to me is you look at Baker Mayfield. He was a quarterback for him. Let him go. Now he's a starter, looking really, really good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had Sam Darnold. Let him go. He's a starter on the Minnesota Vikings, and he looks like, real talk, a dark horse MVP early on in the first 2 weeks of the NFL. Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson have been that good. You know what I mean? So Carolina, man, nasty, nasty work. This isn't the Colts, Ro. This isn't the Rams. Two really, really great organizations that have had a ton of success in recent memory. You know, the Colts won one, a while back, right? But they've always been a kind of a perennial playoff team of such, right? And then the Rams with a great head coach with Sean McVay. The Carolina Panthers are not the Colts. They are not the Rams. So
yes, but Jeff Saturday's first and last game winning against the Raiders. I don't know, Graphk.
Salute to Bain in the building. Salute to Cates. AP said, we don't worry about what the Panthers are doing. We got to fix us. First, the line needs work. It makes our offense one-dimensional. Raiders, this is facts. This is once again, you have a quarterback that's not good enough to put that weight, the weight of the world on his shoulders and say, let me go out there and win you a ton of games. Bro, you have to get the ground game going.
Bro, see, this is the thing that makes me mad. People you guys want for us to come here and just piss on your head and tell you that it's raining. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that, this is a tough, we could never win this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you, it's a real phenomenon that we could fuck this up. Yeah. Excuse my language, right? Because I try not to cuss too much, right? But this is a real phenomenon. Fuckity fuck, right? But see, this is the thing.
What the fuck on side?
Guys, this offense has not strung together 4 quarters of meaningful and good football in a while.
Yeah.
In a while, and we haven't done it yet with Gardner Minshew. Like, bro, like we've really done. Listen, we won that game against Baltimore. It's great, but that was more of a defensive like effort. This is every game until they exhibit to us that they have something they can hang their hat on offense is an uphill battle.
Salute to Rant, man. Expect a punch out of Carolina. Veteran quarterback that'll probably read the field a lot better. This is facts. Defense will dominate, but offense needs to answer. Fix the run. And, Carolina has a sneaky backfield. They haven't really gotten an opportunity to really get the ground game going out there. But, I mean, they have some sneaky skill set. I mean, skill players as well. They got Deontay Johnson that they traded for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got Xavier Legette, a great physical specimen out of South Carolina. They just took in this year's draft. And then their run game, man. I like some of these guys, the Chuba Hubbards of the world. I was a big fan of him at Oklahoma State. They have Miles Sanders. That experiment hasn't worked since he's come over from Philadelphia, but they did improve the line, this offseason by going out and getting the likes of Robert Hunt and so on and so forth, right? And, I kind of beat up their O-line yesterday because in recent memory, they've been pretty bad, but they do have a pretty serviceable offensive line.
At all.
No, they have Austin Corbett, Corbett as center. They have Robert Hunt, the big time. He got a big deal. I think $100 million deal to come over at guard.
Chill. I thought you said something else.
No. They got Taylor Moton at right tackle. They got Damian Lewis at left guard. Then they got Akeem. I've always butchered that name at left tackle. So their offense, and then they got Adam Thielen. All pro.
Got a big deal. Yeah, you gotta chill. You got to. You are. What the F is wrong with you? What is going on? We about to lose our sponsorship, our audience, everything, yo. What is wrong with you, bro?
Salute to Rap, man. Salute to Hug. Wasted is wilding today. Salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe their feet. You don't want me to mention what you said on the phone earlier. I mean,
what I tell you. Listen, stack of Bibles.
Nah, fella. I got to start recording these calls I have with my bro, man. What y'all doing this shit? By the way, Andy Dalton didn't play this defense. We were cheeks. This is facts, though, Hug. When he was with the Saints, definitely a different defense in the building. Salute to my guy, Hug. Salute to Coach, man. Why do you guys want Young? He's 5'11". He's actually 5'10". And the Raiders can get their guy in the first round next year. Stop the madness. If you can get it for a late round pick, which is not going to happen, I would take a flyer.
So too much money, and the thing is this, bro. You don't want you don't want to bring these guys in here that you don't really believe in. Like, if you believed in Bryce Young, then do it, right? But at the end of the day, Tom Telesco is of the mindset that he's not going to draft no little tiny quarterback like that.
Yeah.
And we can already see what the problem is. This is something that he's not just going to be able to overcome. Now, bro, when you sit up there and you talk about the Carolina Panthers line, Taylor Moton is not a bad lineman, bro.
No, not at all.
None of these guys are bad linemen. You know when you look like a bad lineman? When you have a quarterback who is, rolling out and getting crashed into the ground because he can't see over them.
Yeah.
Like, the thing with Kyler Murray, and this is the genius of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's such a terrific athlete. He can drop back, 8, 9, 10, 11 yards, run around back there, make somebody miss, and throw. The way he plays football is just different, bro. It's like a video game, right, with Kyler Murray. Russell Wilson was a guy who can, for whatever reason, he put himself in position to see downfield.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was excellent at that.
Mm-hmm.
This kid does not have that. This ain't Alabama no more, bro, where he could just sit back there indiscriminately and just spray the ball all over the place.
You made a great, like, real talk with Tom Telesco, Herbert, big body quarterback, right? Gardner Minshew's not the biggest quarterback. He's 6'1", almost 6'2". He went and got Carter Bradley. He's like 6'3", 6'4" as an undrafted guy. He likes those big body quarterbacks.
But most GMs do.
No, definitely. But I'm just saying, but some will bet on the athletes. Some will bet on those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
but is Bryce Young that level of athlete? Like, I remember them talking about, he's Michael Vick, and it's like, man, get the stop it.
I don't know who the hell.
Stop it, bro. No, they were comparing this boy. Oh, he's Michael Vick with accuracy. I said, get that F out of here with that shit.
Joseph says
there'll never be another Michael Vick.
Fuck no. Carolina's head coach and Pierce coached at high schools within 5 miles of each other. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Salute to Joseph with a fire $5 holler, man. I didn't know that. Salute to you. Salute to Pace. Minshew's fearlessness and clutch genes hides a lot of flaws and will help us beat some teams we are not supposed to. Great comment by our brother Raider Pace. Salute to you on a $5 special. Salute to the 1,000+ people here in the building. Coach, by the way, is that a booger in your nose, girl? That is nose ring, no booger.
No, it's
nose
booger,
ring.
no nose ring.
You
know what, man? I bet that is definitely a booger. But you know what I would also bet on? I would bet on BetUS, man. I would bet on BetUS. I bet you they might have action on Graphk's booger. But guess what, man? BetUS, man, is your number one sports book. 150% on your first deposit.
Say it again.
150% on your first deposit.
Okay.
125% on the next two, up to $2,000, man.
2K?
2K, bro. 2 whole thousand. 24/7 personalized service, 365 days a year. You get 10% back on your net losses, man. And I'm going to tell you guys something. It's fast and easy withdrawal and deposits, man. Go on over there, use YouTube 150, tell them Graphk Raider, Wasted Talent sent you. And if they have action, man, go on there and bet the over that Graphk Raiders nose ring is actually a booker.
Both of them.
YouTube
150. Put $5 down on the Graph booger situation and double up your cash, man. Salute to be okay. I want to win so convincingly that we bench our starters in the fourth quarter. Talk that talk.
I do too. I hope so. But guess what? You know what? Shit is real out here in the NFL, bro. Shit is real. Have you guys watched some of the Slater games?
Yeah, man.
Have you watched? Shit is real.
Yeah.
Teams that are supposed to win lose every goddamn week. And I want to make sure we ain't one of them.
And it's still early. So teams are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. This one of the wins where we were going through wins and losses this year. This is one that we said is a definite win. But the Baltimore one was like, it's a tough one. Yeah. Right? And look how it turned out.
I remember AP in his presser yesterday, too, when they mentioned Andy Dalton starting. He was like, whoa, we got to go game plan for that. You know, they were already getting ready for Bryce Young. So it's a whole nother thought process going into this game. So you're right. It can always go either way. They say any given Sunday for a reason. You know what I mean? So, but I got a good feeling about this team going into Sunday, our first home game at Allegiant Stadium. I'm hyped about it, man. Salute to Hug. Graph and Wasted. Thoughts on the locker room video of the team pounding on the lockers and making a bunch of noise post-game. I liked it. old school. You love it,
High
huh?
school. That's some high school shit right there. I
But
love
they're
it.
having fun. They're having fun, man.
That's that high school shit, man. I
Yeah.
love it, man.
Yeah,
They're enjoying playing a sport that they're getting paid a lot of money for. That's when you go to work every day and you love where you work, that's different.
It's not work. It's not work.
Yeah.
No, Hug. This is I loved it, brother. Man, the camaraderie, the chemistry that these guys have, the way AP lets these guys just be who they are. You love to see it, man. Look, we've never complained about AP, the player coach. Like, he is just the guy that will allow his players to go smoke those cigars, beat on those lockers, and have a ball after a win. I love it, man. Salute to my guy, Hug. Salute to Dave Lee. Barack Bowers. Did you see today? Waste. So I got to talk my shit a little bit because I was very, very happy that we drafted this kid. Very, very happy. Did you see what was said today with Devontae and Gronk? They were on what show were they on? They were on what show? What old girl that does the show?
In the morning.
Yes.
She goes with Danny Dimes, right? The chick that go to Danny Dimes. I forget her name, man.
Well,
she's a beautiful girl too, man. The one that goes with Danny Dimes.
Great, puts on a great show over there. I'm totally fumbling.
We're having a senior moment right now. I don't know. I'm at work. McKay Adams.
Kay Adams.
Devontae's cousin.
Tay was on there talking about, just how Brock is so different. You know what I'm saying? And he said that, because Gronk was on the screen with him, and he was like, I see a lot of him, in Brock, right? And Gronk went on to say, the guy is a winner. He's a playmaker. I love his explosiveness after the catch. I feel like he's on track to be better than myself. I don't think he can dominate in the trenches the way I dominate in the trenches, which I agree with. But just overall as a pass catching tight end, I think he can surpass me in many situations. He went on to say also, that he watched him very closely at Georgia, loves his game. Bowers also, we talked about this on our both our shows. He set a record for tight ends in the first 2 NFL games with 15 catches. He already has 156 yards, currently leading the NFL in all in receiving yards out of all the tight ends. I believe Isaiah Likely is number 2 right behind him. So Brock Bowers, man, is definitely making some noise for this team, man. How are you feeling about what he can do against this Carolina Panthers defense coming this Sunday?
I feel like it's a real phenomenon, man. I mean, the Carolina Shaq Thompson's a great, middle linebacker, but at the end of the day, Brock Bowers is a projection nightmare. Yeah, he is looking like he will be the equal of a Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
right. He's looking like at the basement. The basement minimum is he'll be the equal of Travis Kelce, right? So he's the guy that opens things up, and I'm glad that the one thing I can give Getsy credit for is him being able to scheme plays to get Bowers open, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it ain't about Brock Bowers and it ain't about Devontae Adams because they're going to do their job. I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about them guys up front. I'm worried about Gardner Minshew, holding on to the football and not effing up. Yep. That's where all it
boils down to.
It all boils down to for me. I need to see them play better before I'm like, oh, we gonna steamroll them. We ain't steamrolling nobody until I know that Colton Miller is healthy enough to play a coherent game. I know that he's mentally with it enough. Right. Yeah. This should be the week, right? So if you look at it like this, where they didn't play together in preseason, this is the 3rd preseason game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it together. Because if they don't get it together this game, that means widespread changes need to be made. Because even in the game against Baltimore, listen, they made a little change. They put Andrews Pete in at guard. I don't know what that was about. And it's crazy because how numbers are weird, right? Because Cody Whitehair didn't allow a pressure. Mm-hmm. But he got benched.
We know it's we know the eye test.
Eye test. Yo, he's getting picked up and sat in Gardner Minshew's lap. Yeah. That's why he's sitting down. Mm-hmm. So, they better get it together and leave it alone. Real rap. I
got to say, too, on that 1 yard touchdown by Alexander.
That was a touchdown.
No, it was. But Andre James, somebody said that he got absolutely pancaked there on that play. I love that Denzel Good stepped in and spoke about that on Twitter. Salute to our guy, friend of the show, our former Raider, man, Denzel Good. He stated that Andre James stepped on the left guard's foot, so he fell back You know what I mean? But it was a goal line situation. So stop being so, so critical of what Andre James was looking like right there. Regardless of anything, it turned into a touchdown. That wasn't the Alexander Mattis. I'm sorry. That was the pass to Devontae for the touchdown. But either way, Andre hasn't looked the part up to this point. But once again, it's still early. I like what Kiper said today, too. Did you see the argument that he had about Bryce Young? Mel Kiper went in OG. He said, the reason why some of these quarterbacks are having the success right now, Kubiak and Carr, right? Carr played in preseason. Sam Darnold played in preseason. Yeah. Out there cooking. Gardner Minshew, went out there, had a big game for us. Played in preseason. Bryce Young didn't have an opportunity to play in preseason. I believe he played on one drive against a bunch of backups. Once again, man, Carolina is just a terrible organization. I just had to put that.
If you see the reason why some of these guys are having some success here, Derek Carr played the preseason. Bryce Young didn't play the preseason. I'm telling you right now.
Yo, hey, Wasted. Hey, can I talk to Wasted real quick?
Sure.
That was the worst voice that you've ever done in life.
Terrible.
Chuck, phenomenal. Gruden, extraordinary. Bain, excellent. That shit was nasty work. Salute to S. Dot. I'm for it, Graphk. Miller, Meredith, Powers, Bumford, Glaze. Parham.
I'll work on it.
We're working off tackle runs as well. I love that S. Dot is dying on that hill. Salute to my dog S. Dot. Salute to John Bailey. Fuck drafting the quarterback. Stockpile offensive and defensive line for the next 2 years. Then draft Mini Mahomes. Raiola. He's 19. And a hot shot. He could be our QB for 24 plus years. Salute. Damn, 24 years?
Get the F out of here. That kid real ass, bro.
Salute to John, my God.
Everybody get all faked out by fucking the McDowells of Patrick Mahomes. Like, get the F out of here, bro. Like, yo, you know who you want to really draft? Arch Manning. That's what you want. If you want to be waiting for somebody to draft, you better draft him.
That boy look real. Until the O-line and run game gets established, we got to pass first. Minshew ain't Mahomes, but with the weapons we got at receiver, the way he threw it against the Ravens shows he can do just enough. Salute to our guy, Joe, and this is facts. Facts plus tax. Definitely got to keep throwing the football. Now it is a throw the football to set up the run. It was the total opposite. AP wanted the identity to be run first offense. But guess what? We can't get it going. But like Wasted said, this is a good week to get that thing rolling against a struggling Carolina defense. Salute to Ira. Graphk Wasted. Graphk got that OLV hot sauce yesterday. Used it yesterday, and today it's on 10. Salute to my guy Ira, man. If you guys get a chance,
the GOAT.
Yeah, and y'all want to check out the hot sauce, go to anygiven-sunday-sauces.com. It's available on Amazon. Go get some OLV Any Given Sunday sauce, man. Salute. And it's in the description of the video as well. If you guys want to try it, I believe it's like $10, $12, something like that. Go get you a bottle, man. You'll like it, man. It really is good. Thoughts on a Stafford trade if he's available? No.
Yeah, that right there is the
shoulder
definition of a stopgap quarterback. And with the Raiders' luck, we'll get the Carson Palmer version of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
It always happens to us. Look, man, I'm just of the estimation where I will ride out with Gardner Minshew until we make a real commitment to saying, we need to develop a young quarterback. Now, the most important thing that the Raiders need is to make sure they have the proper offensive mind in the building to develop said quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of guys that are running around this league right now, lighting shit up, and they're not that good.
Yeah.
They're not that good. They're really not, man. They have a guy who can get them the information and can scheme them open, because they make the game so easy now. You don't have to worry about getting your receiver's head knocked off if you throw a bad football now. You can be a marginal quarterback because there's no penalty to it anymore. When we were growing up, if you throw the football over the field, in the middle of the field, you were going to get lit up. There were just certain balls that you just couldn't throw. Yeah. They needed to know their offense, right? And Tom Brady touched on this. Tom Brady, you know what? I got to give Brady his respect.
That video I sent you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal. Brady went in. Go ahead and break that down.
Yeah, but Tom Brady was talking about how, like, back in the day, when they were in college, they got developed because they had, they stayed for 4 years and they had to develop to actually play. In the NFL, there was no rush to play guys. So they had to be developed to get on the field. So they knew what was going on. They know how to get in and out of, get on off the field, how to, get in and out of an offense.
Yeah.
These guys now, they're being coached down to their level of understanding because it's such a rush to get them on the field.
Yeah.
And I agree with that from Tom Brady, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the quarterbacks that we grew, that's why they were so phenomenal, bro.
The two greatest ones probably of this generation, Tom, sat behind Drew Bledsoe. You know, Patty got to sit behind Alex Smith. I mean, bro, and look what happened. Two generational guys that literally revolutionized the quarterback position.
I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers got to sit behind Favre.
There you go.
Brady got to sit behind Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot of guys. And now Peyton Manning is that rare exception of a guy who just came out there.
We knew what he was going to be from day one.
Yeah, you knew what he was going to. He's number one pick, you know, pillar to post. Grew up with a quarterback right down the hall, his father.
Yeah.
A guy with Hall of Fame talent. You know, so that's a little different situation. But, you know, it's nothing wrong with going and letting a guy learn. You just got to make sure that they're learning from the right person. Because you got a lot of good players in this league. And they're put in bad situations. There are more bad coaches in this league than there are bad quarterbacks. Yeah. That's the biggest problem out there. There's a lot of guys that have jobs that shouldn't have them.
Yeah. CJ Stroud is a phenomenal quarterback, phenomenal athlete, but he went to the perfect situation.
Bobby Slowick, baby.
Yeah, perfect situation. And they put a stout defense around them, and they got a bunch of running backs that can get it done in the ground game. They got them all the weapons on the outside. The Texans did it the right way. That's how you handle a Deshaun Watson bag of draft picks in terms of trade value, right? They turned that thing around quick. Carolina, they definitely did the young kid Bryce a disservice. Salute to Savage with a savage $5 holla, man. If we lose to Carolina because of the offense, I want Getsy fired that Monday. Salute to my guy Savage. Look, bro, dog, if that offense just absolutely shits the bed against the Carolina Panthers, the problem is, who do you have calling the O after that? Is it going to be Joe Philbin? Is it going to be one of those guys that come in and take over the offense? I don't know. I don't think that they would let him go. It's too early in the season, but I'm going to be honest. That is unacceptable, unforgivable. If we find a way to lose because the offense can't gel this upcoming week, that's nasty work. But you know what? As crazy as it is, I think this Carolina team is so bad that the defense can beat them. Like, real talk. I think this defense can go out there, create some turnovers on Andy Dalton. He's rusty, hasn't seen a snap in a long time. Go out there, make some, the pressure is going to be all over the place. Jack Jones and Jacorian Bennett have been shut down up to this point. You throw in Nate Hobbs as well, who's been phenomenal. You know what I mean? And I just see a bad day for this Carolina offense.
Hey, man, I hope so, but I never expect for Andy Dalton to be rusty. Andy Dalton been in this league a long time, and you stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Just like riding a bike, he's played too much in his career. He's not like a guy like Nathan Peterman, who really was like a spot starter, never really started. Andy Dalton started for a decade.
Yeah.
Put that guy in, he's going to play like Ryan Tannehill's that same kind of guy. Ryan Tannehill, whenever he gets on the field, you're going to get Ryan Tannehill because he understands the game. Joe Flacco, starter for 10 years. You put him out there, he hits the ground running. Mm-hmm. So he's going to play close to what he is if he finds that connection with some of these guys. I think you're going to get the best version of the Panthers, right? You're going to see some of these offensive linemen look a lot better than they did because you don't have that quarterback where you kind of understand where he's going to go, where he's going to run. Andy Dalton's going to drop back. He's going to deliver the football to the open man. And the case with the Raiders is we have to make sure the guys are getting covered downfield. We got to hit people. We got to tackle better. There's a lot of things I see from this defense where this defense has been playing great, but they be getting bailed out because Max Crosby and Robert Spillane have been playing out of their goddamn mind.
Our safety needs to step up.
I was just about that. You took the words out of my mouth. Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick. These guys are missing tackles. They're missing interceptions. They're out of position. There's a lot going on where there are things that could be exploited here. This is not a give me, and the Raiders need to treat this. Every game this year needs to be treated like their next Super Bowl, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I mean, I love what our brother Stu said yesterday. He said, the only reason that J.K. Dobbins scores a 70-yard touchdown is because he got past every level of the defense. Where's Merrick and Marcus Epps? As a former safety, he's like, they need to understand you cannot allow that kid to get past you.
Killing grass, like Willie Brown used to say, right?
There you go. Slip to the most, man. The Panthers have Baker. Yeah, I just talked about this when Wasted had to take that call. Like, they fumbled Baker Mayfield, who's a starter now and looks phenomenal for Tampa Bay. Sam Darnold, who's been a spot starter, all across the NFL, coming out of USC, was a big time name coming out at the collegiate level, but now he looks phenomenal with the Minnesota Vikings. And that's once again system as well. They have a great head coach out there, great offensive mind. Like now they could be patient with bringing up their kid from Michigan. You know, their rook, their first round pick, because Sam Darnold could be that bridge guy that could potentially be that guy for
Sam Darnold made himself some more money in this league because Sam Darnold had a lot of talent. A lot of people, you know, Baker Mayfield was between him and Baker Mayfield who was going to go first in that draft.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought Sam Darnold should have been the first pick in that draft.
Yep.
He went to toxic ass New York City. And it's very, very hard for a quarterback to survive with that New York media because they don't let anybody develop. For some reason, in the New York tri-state area, they feel like every team should win a Super Bowl or World Series or NBA championship every year, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then guys get ran out of town. Like, you know who's the next guy that's going to make the Jets look stupid? Zach Wilson. I guarantee you Zach Wilson, if he gets another shot, plays much better than he did in New York.
Salute to DB. Let me hold 2K so I could jump on BetUS and tell him you sent me wasted. Salute to DB.
You got it, bro.
My God. Salute to Chris for Raiders. Just making sure to pay the light bill. Bang.
Bang effing soon.
Salute to our guy Chris on the $5. Let me catch up on these supers real quick, and then we're gonna get to the chat as well, you guys. Brock getting his first tutty this Sunday. Book it. I agree. Jacob, I'm gonna say some crazy shit. I got Brock with two touchdowns at home, first home game. The Allegiant Stadium's gonna be lit. 2 Brock Bowers touchdowns this Sunday. Call it, book it. I'm telling you now, it's gonna happen. Why are you looking like that, Wasted? What's up, bro? Motherfucker. Salute to Marcos. Hella off topic. But however, do we by the end of the season, we definitely need to draft a quarterback. Only us and the Giants are looking for a quarterback in the draft. Maybe the Panthers, you could find a quarterback mid-first round. Not only that, the Miami Dolphins maybe looking.
I was just about to say that. Nah, dog. Like, look, man, you know what starts happening with quarterbacks in today's NFL. Back in the day, when you drafted a quarterback, they would give you minimum 4 years to make that thing come together. Yeah. Nowadays, it's like that meme when you see the dude walking with the chick and he turn around like this.
Yeah.
That's how it is in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. They like, oh, we're not going to, it's not like we're going to ride it till the wheels fall off with this guy. We're going to develop him and we're going to go put people around. They don't do that anymore. If it's year 2 and they're still in the same situation they was in when they drafted you, you won't be there for year 3. Yeah. That's how it is. So don't ever count on us being in the top to pick a quarterback, bro.
And look at New Orleans last year. New Orleans, their fan base was calling for Derek Carr's head. And now look at him, look really good in the first 2 weeks. They got Spencer Rattler sitting back, waiting in the wings, you know what I'm saying, in the shadows. But I mean, there's always another team that pops up at some point and you're like, okay, they need a quarterback as well. I think it's more than the
injuries dictate that as well.
Yeah.
So say for instance, Kyler Murray goes down long term again. He's out of there.
What if Tennessee says we're sick of Will Levis turning the football over?
We're definitely going to draft him. That guy is terrible. They're going to draft.
Don't do that, Wasted. Don't do that, bro.
Sucks, man.
Don't do that, bro. So the Kenny Raiders, no better feeling having us Raider fans at the end of the Ravens game together and took over the stadium than not like us. Salute to Kenny. He sent me something on IG. I put it in my stories. The nation was out there in full swing, having a ball out there, man, in Baltimore. Salute to my guy Kenny, man, for going out there and experiencing that. And thank you for sending that to me as well, brother. Salute to my dog Kenny. Salute to Top Beats. Is it time to sit down, Zeus? No, it's way too early for that. Thoughts about Getsy and his offensive scheme? Does he continue to open it up or call those lame, slow developing screenplays? Getsy is still a huge concern for me. He should be a huge concern for all of us. Outside of that second half, there's still a lot left to be desired. These screens and these weird jet sweeps and just all this unnecessary shit that he's calling on the offense side of the ball. There's definitely some question marks there. But let's see what we got here. I'm not a big fan of Getsy. We've never been fans of Getsy. We were very disappointed when we made him our offensive coordinator. But he's here now, and you can't sit your guy that you allowed Josh Jacobs to leave for Zeus after 2 weeks. It can't happen. How many years have we watched Josh start off slow? He started off slow a few seasons for us and took, and next thing you know, 1,000 yards rushing. It happens, Top. We cannot give up on these young kids that quick. That's why the Tyree Wilson stuff, I hate that people keep throwing it out there. Mind you, I was never a big fan of that pick anyway, and I know you weren't at all, Wasted. But you have to allow these guys a chance to get rolling. It's not time to sit Zeus yet. You allowed Josh to walk in free agency because you felt that like Zamir could be the guy to take that spot. You cannot allow him you cannot bench him this quick, this fast, and in a hurry. Go ahead, Wasted. What's up?
No, Kitty Clark said pounded. I said, that's what she said. That's what she said. And subsequently, I had hit the drums. Sorry.
Yo, salute to Top, though. Appreciate you, big bro, on a $10 holler. Salute to Patrick B. If Spillane keeps playing like this, when do we re-sign him? Look, I would get that done immediately. If he stays healthy and keeps at this pace, we can let him walk. I talked about this yesterday. I wanted to bring this up with you as well, Wade. So I talked to Stu about it. Salute to our brother Stu. Divine is playing himself out of a contract year. Merrick, only 2 weeks in. It's only 2 weeks in. These guys can get this stuff together. Merrick does not look good after 2 weeks. Nate Hobbs has looked phenomenal. We know durability usually rears his head at some point. God forbid he gets hurt. But he definitely, if he continues the way he's playing, he deserves one, right? Spillane, at this point, with Malcolm Kuntz out, and it looks like he may be gone for a nice amount of time, right? The 4 weeks, I think that's I think that they're underselling it right now. I think that Kuntz will probably end up missing a little bit more than that. Potentially, there's been rumors about him even missing a season. But I think Spill, you got to take care of him. You got to take care of him.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to let it transpire, right? You got to let it transpire because at the end of the day, right, Spill ain't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere, man. There are a lot of teams that'll bring him in, but I think he will make more with the Raiders because of what he's done in this building, what he's meant more to us. I think he make his money right here. I don't think you have to rush to sign Robert Spillane right now.
He wants to be a Raider. He wants to be here. He loves he's a captain. He's a leader. He loves the Max connection. There's no real reason for him to walk.
He's not trying to walk because he understands the difference between and how whatever situation you in kind of dictates how well you're viewed.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like I said, we be patient. I think he's one of the first guys in line waiting to get some money, especially the fact that Malcolm Kuntz is out.
Yeah. Salute to you good. Salute to our brother Big Mike in the building. It's gonna be good seeing you on Friday, my brother out there in New York. Salute to everybody here in the building. I see our brother East Coast Gridiron. Yo, Gridiron, we got to get you on the show sometime this week. We got to talk some shop with you, my brother. Salute to Peyton. Can't get right. All the people here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Salute to Dave Lee. Fix our O-line, and we'll be good with AOC. Salute to Dave Lee. Appreciate you. I think that the Aiden talk is going to die down here shortly, man, because
that shit is dead right now.
Yeah, Gardner had a game, and statistically, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL right now after 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's really any reason, Dave Lee. I think maybe you're mentioning later on down the line. Maybe he could potentially be that guy. But yeah, man, right now, man, only time will tell. I think personally, you're doing us a disservice if you don't get a quarterback next year. Period. Point blank. The end. You have to get one. That you can't go another.
Even if you going and having to trade next year's pick.
Yes.
Now is the time because we're at a weird point in our organization where you got these young guys that are rising into superstar levels and they're going to start getting paid. And now's the time to have that rookie quarterback to kind of grow with this really good roster.
Yeah.
I like, especially having guys like Weapons, like Bowers and guys like that. I think the Raiders should probably take their first round pick. If we're not in position to be in the top 10 or anything like that, take the other one for the next year, move up, fill in through free agency, and then do what they do in the mid rounds, which they always do. They draft pretty well and try to replace this line and fill in a couple of holes. I think the Raiders would be good to go.
Salute to Jose. Do you think if Kuntz is out an extended period of time, we could re-sign him at a cheaper rate? Definitely. Yeah. No one's going to pay him an astronomical amount of money, Jose, in free agency coming off of a major injury like that, especially a knee injury. There's no way. If he misses a crazy amount of time, let's just say he misses this entire season, he's coming back home on a 1-year deal. I think that's an easy kind of call, right? He comes back into a system he already knows. He already has a connection with that defensive line. Allow him to go out there and earn that next contract. So I think regardless, it sucks that Malcolm's out. I hate to see him gone because we need him on that D line. But it definitely is shaping up. If he does miss a ton of football, it's definitely going to fall in our favor in terms of contractually. You know what I mean? Like, Malcolm's going to be a Raider and he wants to be here. I spoke to him out here in Dallas. He said he wants to be a Raider for life. He's told other people in the Vegas area he wants to be there for life. So we shall see. But right now it's sad because he could have got a big time deal and been one of those better second edge rusher, top kind of money. You know what I mean? Like he could have made a decent amount of bread this offseason if he would have had a big year. And I expected him to, but it is what it is, man. Salute to Hug as well. We got to give the OG his flowers for grabbing his junk in the house that Jerry built after a QB keeper tutty. I died. Oh, yeah, DC. He did the Michael Jackson. Salute, man, to him, and salute to my guy Hug, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be active all week long. We're not leaving yet. I got to leave in a few minutes. So I got to take my son to football practice. I will be doing a coffee and convo complete week 3 preview tomorrow. I know Wasted will be doing his own show tomorrow. Friday, we will be doing a Shieldmore live from whether we're Newark, New York, wherever we are, Jersey. We will be doing a show.
Saturday, right?
Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Friday, Friday we are going to be out in the streets.
Yeah, in them streets. Also, Sunday, we will be covering the whole game. You guys watch party at Bar Anticipation, Lake Como, New Jersey. If you guys are around, go to Jersey Shore, hit Lake Como, New Jersey. Come join us at Bar Anticipation. We will be covering the game. Me, Hammer, Wasted, Big Mike will all be out there. Make sure you tune in. And, man, there's some surprises at that place, man. You never know. You may see a big field pop up. Villapiano, he may pull up. You may see some WWE legends just pop in for a drink. Yeah, it happens. So make sure you pull up to Bar Anticipation and come rock with us this Sunday. And real quick, we're not done yet, but salute once again to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. You guys, this live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure you head over there. Tell them Wasted. Tell them Graphk sent you. Get you 150% bonus on your first deposit. The next 125% bonus using promo code
YouTube 150.
Up to $2,000. The fastest payouts in the industry, you guys. Make sure you head over to BetUS. Once again, 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on the next 2, all by using promo code YouTube 150. Salute to our proud sponsors once again over at BetUS. What you got to say, man, before we get out of here? We're coming up a little bit over an hour. We shoot the shit a little bit more, man. What else you got for us? Because we there's nothing really to talk about in terms of the Baltimore game. We're over it. Like this is what good teams need to do, right? If we're a good team in our minds, all right, we're done with it. Move on. Like there's nothing really to talk about in terms of production, what we did, and so on and so forth. I'm over it. Move on. On to the next. We got Carolina. It'd be easy to sit here for another hour and break down what we did against Baltimore. I'm over it. I'm over that shit, bro. Like we have a very beatable Carolina Panthers team on the menu week 3. I'm excited. I know a lot of people were freaking out also. Some beat writers were tweeting out that Max had a very noticeable limp.
Everybody limps after.
Going into the locker room. Well, guess what? He's okay, you guys. He's all right. He's fine. We'll see, in terms of when these injury reports start dropping. But, Max doesn't miss football. He doesn't miss football games. He was actually in the locker room celebrating, jumping all over the place with his teammates. So do not be worried about Max Crosby. I think it's a safe bet that Max will be out there facing this Carolina Panthers offense this weekend. Salute to Jacob. Y'all see Minshew is the only quarterback in the NFL to throw 250-plus yards in both week 1 and week 2.
And you know what I see? I see that comment and I don't care. Real rap, man. Like, I don't trip over numbers when they're not congruent with what I'm seeing on the field.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, bro. And all of that, in the first 2 weeks, then at the end of the season, the person has a fucking horrible season. What does it matter? If it's not congruent, it don't matter.
Well, hey, but you know what, Jacob? I love that you gave our quarterback some love. You know what I mean? And I love especially that he's doing this after that hot mic situation where they absolutely roasted him and said he had no chance to beat the Baltimore Ravens. I know some of those guys are probably filling out job applications right now with that hot mic situation, absolutely cooking Gardner Minshew. And mind you, I was laughing about it because I thought there was a lot of truth to it. But he went out there and proved everybody wrong. So salute to him and salute to the production he's putting up right now. Hopefully he can continue that and this offense can wake up. But it all starts, just like our brother Wasted said, up front with that O-line and being able to get the ground game going so you don't have to put all the pressure in the world on top of Gardner Minshew's shoulders. Yes, he has a lot of great weapons. Brock Bowers, Devontae. We have not seen Trey Tucker get involved really in this offense yet either. We haven't seen Michael Mayer get too involved yet either. Like we have a ton of weapons that Gardner Minshew knows. He has a lot to play with out there in terms of the offensive side of the ball with the skill positions, right? But You have to continue the continuity, man. You got to continue to go out there and play your game. And I'm
Yeah,
hoping
man, consistency is the key to
there
success.
you go. That was the word I was looking for.
You can't. This can't just happen in a vacuum. You have one good game and you have 4 shitty games in a row. The only way you're a good football team is if you're consistently good at doing your job and you come together as a collective. The Raiders have not looked like a team offensively. Defensively, this is a team. And we know they're a team and they support each other. We've seen Max, get Gardner back on track, right? The thing about it is that the Raiders as an offense just look like a collection of talent.
Yeah.
Because it looks really good on paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to have an amalgamation between what it looks like on paper and what it really looks like in actuality.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue there.
Once again, you guys, Jacoby had a good, a nice week 1. He didn't have a ton of production in week 2, but once again, he's always doing the dirty work, the blocking. He's all over the place doing all the dirty work that most receivers do not like to do at the NFL level. So Jacoby's going to get his regardless. We'll see him eat, and he'll get some production here, probably against the Carolina Panthers. I don't know what they do. You think they can put J.C. Horn on Devontae Adams? You think they're going to bracket him all game long?
Yeah, they're going to try to.
Well, and then guess what? Then you can try, and then that opens up a shit ton of opportunities for all the other weapons that we have on the offensive side of the ball. Newark Hammer said he wanted to go to Peter Dillon's on Friday for a drink when he picks me up at LaGuardia. We may go head over there and just have a beer or something, but I don't know if we're going to be at Peter Dillon's too much because we're going to be at bar anticipation doing the game.
Yeah, and then Newark Gorgeous, if you still in Newark, we might pull up the 16th Ave or something like that. You know what I mean? We gonna be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it depends on which side of Newark you from, whether you from the Central Ward or whether you from the Weequahic section. Tap in, let us know. If you from down neck, we might go down neck and go hang out at one of the bars down neck. Might be in Jersey City. We don't know what we're gonna want.
We're gonna hit a cigar lounge as well. So Newark, if you out there and you want to have a cigar with Shieldmore, let us know. Come pull up. We'll definitely be out there doing our thing. Salute once again. East Coast Gridiron is cooking in the chat right now. I love that he's killing everybody with the Gardner Minshew talk. You guys, anything to say on the way out, man?
Man, only thing I gotta say is this: going over there, make sure you guys go and tap in with us if you're in the tri-state area. I also want to say that this show has been powered by Bet US. I also want to say that, guys, don't take my my analytical mind for something to where you feel like I don't have confidence this team can win. I definitely always have confidence we can win. But what I do is, and what I know is that on any given Sunday, any game can be won or lost by miscues and mistakes. And I want the Raiders to play a clean football game because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. And once again, you guys.
Now, Bailey, you about to get unceremoniously blocked. Get your ass up. F out of here.
Once again, you guys, we will be facing Andy Dalton. He is 4-0 against our Raiders. Previously playing with Cincinnati, playing with Chicago, playing with New Orleans. But this is a different team. He's never faced this type of defense. Those 4 times he's played the Raiders, totally different situation here. So I'm excited to see what we can do this upcoming Sunday against this lowly Carolina Panthers organization. He said, Graphk, can you do a skit while you're in New York, kicking over the buildings like Snoop? DeMarcus, I got you.
No way. Listen,
Big Mike's going to shoot it for me because, we West, y'all.
Yeah. Listen, y'all would get hit in the knee with a baseball bat like Nancy Kerrigan.
Hey, me and Big Mike are going out there on some dog pound, corrupt, and Daz Dillinger shit. Yes. And guess what? And Hammer and Wasted are going to be the Mob Deep, and y'all can't do shit about it. You can't do
crazy as hell.
Capone and
Hammer can't do nothing about it. Y'all crazy as hell. Listen, you ain't coming to my city doing that. Get the F out of here.
Salute to everybody here in the building.
F out of here with that.
As always, I'll be live tomorrow, Coffee and Convo. Oh, and tonight, you guys, AFC West Roundtable.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up over there. We're going to have some fun. Our first victory, so we get to really have some fun. We get an opportunity to talk with Jake from the Chargers, Ben with the Broncos. I got Mike with the Chiefs. Make sure you go over to the AFC West Roundtable tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Pull up. We're going to have some fun. We are going to talk our shit. We're going to smoke our shit. We're going to drink our shit. Make sure you guys pull up. Also, once again, tomorrow, Coffee and Convo, I'm going to do a full breakdown of this Carolina game, and Wasted will be live on his channel as well. Before we get out of here, you guys, wipe them feet, Hit them thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Darth Raider says, I hear there's going to be a honcho sighting. We shall see. We shall see, Darth Raider. We shall see. And salute to Peyton. Talk that shit. Yes. On the way out, y'all, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Once again, hit that subscribe button. And we are outro. One.
That's what I'm talking about.